Hello everyone and welcome back. Before everything, to start programming using Python, let's see what will you learn in this course. You will learn how to install Python and Python editor. You will know about Python prerequisites and what you need to work with Python. You will learn about data types, for example, numeric, boolean, and string in Python. How to define variables and how to set a name for your variables. You will learn how to cast different types in Python. And also you will learn about operators in Python: arithmetic, comparison, assignment, logical, and bitwise operators. And also you will learn about more complicated data types like lists, tuples, and set in Python. And of course, you will learn about conditional statements and loops. So to learn programming using Python, join me in the next part. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous video, we started creating a simple program using Python language, but you may thought, what is this program? It is nothing, but as we said, there are many applications, there are many usages for Python programming language, and you can write many programs in different areas using Python. As an example here, I want to show a usage of Python using this simple program. As you see, I have just 4 lines of code in my program, and this code will actually turn my text to voice. Any text that you write here, as I said, this will turn to voice. Let me run this program, for example.
Hello, my friend.
As you see, if I change this message here, you can hear that the voice will change as well. Let me duplicate this line, and at the beginning of my line code, I add a hash character. Hash character in Python means to comment a line. And if you add a comment to your code, it means you don't want these lines of code be executed. And here I change the message to something else. For example, something like this, and let me run again.
How is your day?
As you see, the voice of this text is different now. As an example, you see here that I write a text and convert it to a voice. We have also other applications of Python program. As we said in the beginning of this course, you can write programs for web, for mobile phones, use Python in data science, machine learning, and many other areas. And all of this you can do using Python. But in this course, we just talk about the basic part of Python. So this is the beginning of your journey to Python learning. So if you are at the beginning of Python learning, join me in the next part. Thanks for watching. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous video, we talked about how you define or declare variables in Python, and how you can show the value of each variable and the type of each variable in Python. As we use variables to store values during the running of our program, we can change the value for variables as well. For example, here let me change the value for first name variable. As you see here, the first name was John here, and I want to change the value to another thing. When you want to assign a new value to a variable, you should use assignment operator, that is equal sign. So for example, something like this, and if I print the value for this variable again using print first name and run the program, let me make it bigger here. As you see, the first name value was John, and after assigning David to it, the value for the first name variable is David. One more point about variables in Python. Also, we define the variables first and assign a value to them. For example, number 1 is 10 and the type is float. But if you set another value of different type to a variable, there is no error in Python. In some other programming languages, may you have error while you do this, but in Python, it's okay. Let's see. For example, here I said number 1 as 0. I assign a string value to my variable number 1. And let's print the number 1 again. And also print the type of number 1 again. And see what is result in the output. Let's run. The number 1 here is 10. It's a float type. As you see, the class for number 1 here is float. But as here in the line number 29, I set a string value to it. I assign a string value to it. The type of this variable is changed to str. That is a string now. And if I comment this line using Ctrl/ on my keyboard and run again, you see the value for number 1 is 10 and the type for the number 1 is float. As you remember, we use comments to prevent the execution of code, and because this line is commented, it cannot be run in the output. So anyway, in Python, you can define a variable and set any value to it during the program. In some part, the variable can be a string. In some another part, it can be a number, it can be integer, it can be a float, or any other of other data types that we saw in the first part. While doing this in other programming languages, for example, in Java, in C#, or in Kotlin, it's an error. Your program will not be run until you fix this error. But in Python, it's okay and you have not error. As you see here, let me uncomment this and add another comment here, something like this. Another type in Python is Boolean. Boolean type can be used for variables that can have only 2 values. For example, if you want to ask for gender of a user, like this, gender as true, the value true, and I add a comment here, true is male and false is female. Or for any other situation, for example, if you want to check for connecting user to the internet, you can say is connected and set as false as the initial value. You can use Boolean type. and add a space here for more readability. So this is bool type or boolean type. And also you can print the value for this variable using print function, like this for gender and for is connected. And if you run, you have true and false here. So you can use boolean type to store a value for two states situation. For example, for gender, for is connected, for example, if a flag is true or false, do some actions. And also we need boolean types in conditional statement that we will reach them in future. That's all for this video. Join me in the next part for more points about variables in Python. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money-back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about a string type in Python. In the previous video, we talked about how to define different variables of different types, for example, number, string, and boolean. And in this part, we are going to talk about a string type in Python. First, I want to add another file, for example, strings.py. And here in this file, I want to add my code. First, I add comment here. Let me define a variable of type string, for example, first name, John, for example, and last name as something like this. And let me define age as 25 too. And for more readability, as I said, add a space before and after as sign operator too. Okay, to define a variable of type string, we should assign a string value to it. And the string value should be placed inside the double quotation. Also, you can use single quotation too. For example, here I use single quotation around my string value. These two variables are string. As you see here, literal and literal. It means a string. And if I print the type of each variable like this and run the program, you see this is a str. The first one is a str, that is a string, and the second one is a str2, that is a string. But for age, I copy this line and paste here and say age. And if I run again, the variable age is of type int. Let me comment this line using Ctrl/ for now. I want to show the information like this. Variable values like this in the out. How can I do that? I use print function again, and inside this I should use my variable names. First name, and because I need the last name, I use a plus sign here. Using addition operator here, you can concatenate two strings together. You can add two strings together. I mentioned a little bit about this in the previous part. Anyway, then last name and then age. Let's save and see. Again, I have an error here. What is the error is type error. I can only concatenate str to str, not to int, as the error said here. So let me duplicate this line and comment the upper one and remove the age from here and again run the program. It's okay. I have no error here, but I have no space between the first name and the last name. How can I fix this? I should add a space between them using plus sign here, and inside the double quotation I should use the space like this. And again run. I have this in the output. And if I want to have this, I should add the other parts too. For example, here plus is, I should add the age here again, age, and then here's old. Let's run again. Again, I have this error. If you remember in the previous part, we said that you cannot add a string to another type in Python. You have to convert the type of another variable of another type to a string so you can use it to add to another string. How we can do that? Here I should use str. It means string in Python, and inside the parentheses here I should add my variable name that I want to convert it to a string. And if I run this now, I have this in the output, the same as the thing that we wanted here. So using plus operator here, using addition operator here, you can concatenate or you can join two strings together in Python. But if the type of the variables that you are adding to a string variable or a string literal, for example John, or for example Doi here, as you see, for example is here, this is a literal string, this is a value, this is a string value, not a variable. If you want to add any other of data type in Python to a string variable or to a string value, you should convert that data type to a string. For example, here age is type of int, and if you want to add it to a string, you should convert it to a string using str here. This is called casting to. So be careful about this. As you see here, I use a lot of addition operator here to join, to concatenate two or more strings together. Is there a better way to do this? A better and good looking way to do this? Yes, of course. Instead of formatting the string in the out like this, you can use f strings in Python. What is f strings? We use f strings to format a string in Python. How? Here I say print, and inside this I say f, the letter f, then double. When you use f in front of a string literal, in front of the string value, it means you want to format your string. And inside this double quotation, that is the string value, you can use variable names too. You can use, for example, first name, last name, and age too. How? I want to have something like this in the output. So if I want to use variable names in format string in Python, I should define the variables inside the curly braces like this, and then define the variable name here, first name, and instead of adding like this, I just add a space here, then again the last name variable, and then space is, and then the variable age. If I say age and then the other parts, if I run, I have something like this in the output. And as you see, I didn't convert the age variable here inside the f string. So you don't need to convert any other type to a string inside the f string and show the output. So I add a comment here too. This is F string, and this is traditionally, this is F string, and it's better to use this way to format the string in the output or wherever you want to show the string value or variable. You can also use escape characters inside F string too. What is escape character? For example, if you want to show the result into two different lines, you can use \n inside a string and see the result. As you see, first name and last name, and then is 25 years old in the new line. So for example, using \n, you can add a new line to your output. Escape characters start with a \, and they are limited. For example, if you want to show the age inside double quotation, if I use double quotation here, you see I have an error here because I close my double quotation here, and the rest of this part is not recognized as a string. So instead of this, I can use \double quotation here and here, for example, and run. I have double quotation around 25 as the age. For escape characters, we also have \single quotation, \\, that add \ inside a string value, \n, that is for new line, \r, that is for carriage return in printers, and \t for tab, more than one space, \b means backspace, and you can use these escape characters inside the string and see the result in the output. So using F string, you can format the string in a way that you want. And curly braces inside the F strings are placeholders for variables and other operations. And if you want to define a F string, just simply add F in front of the string value. Here you can see a list of escape characters that you can use inside a string values in Python. Try to use these escape characters inside F string and see the result in the output. I will talk about a string in the next video. Thanks for watching. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money-back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about operators in Python. Like other programming languages, if you want to do operations in variables or values, you need operators. So in Python, we have operators too. As you see here, Python divides operators into different categories: arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical, identity, membership, and bitwise. We will discuss about some of them in these parts and some of them in the other parts. For example, we will discuss about membership operators when we are talking about sets and lists in Python. And we will talk about comparison and logical when we are going to talk about conditional statement in Python. For each category, you can see a list of operators in front of it. For example, for arithmetic, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponentiation, and floor division. Now let's use them and see what is the result in the output when we use different operators. Okay, I create a new file here called operators.py, and I want to show different operators in this file. As I said, we have different type of operators in Python. So first, we are talking about arithmetic operators. If you are familiar with other programming languages, you should know that they have operators, so has Python. Okay, now let's use them. Arithmetic operators are addition with a plus sign, subtraction with minus sign, multiplication, division, modulus, exponentiation, and floor division. Okay, let me define two variables of type number, for example, a with the value 3 and b with the value, for example, 4. As you see here, I have a equal sign here that is an assignment operator. So you already know about assignment operator, that we use assignment operator to specify a value to a variable. Now let's define another variables. For example, sum, and I will let as a must be added to b. It's so obvious. You want to add a and b together, and the result should be assigned to the variable sum. And I also defined variable sub, and I said a subtract b. It is obvious again. Div or division. I said div a division by b. You want to divide a over b, and the result will be assigned to the variable div. Mul or multiplication. For example, a multiplication b. You want to multiply a and b together, and the result must be assigned to the variable mul or mul. Now let's see the result for each of these variables here using print. I will show the result using fstring in Python, and it's better to see and better to understand. And I just duplicate this line and change it here as sub and here as subtraction operator, and for the other ones as well. Now let's see the result in the output. As you see, I have the result for each of these arithmetic operators in Python. As you see, for these operators, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, I need two operands. What is operand? Operand can be a variable, for example, like here as you see, or can be a value. Instead of the variable a or b here, I can write a value of type number. Operands must be before or after operator. And when an operator needs two operands, one of the operands must be before and one of the operands must be after the operator. As you see here, the addition operator needs two operands. One of the operands, that is a, is before the operator addition, and one of the operators is after the operator addition. And so we have for other operators. We also have exponentiation or power operator in Python for arithmetic operation. Let me define it as exp or any name that you want to define for this operator, and set a to star sign and p. This is called exponentiation. And let's see the result for exponentiation here too. Alt Shift and down arrow key, and then change this as xp and here as well, and run. As you see, 3 to the power of 4 equals 81. It means you should multiply 3 4 times to itself. 3 multiply 3 multiply 3, then multiply 3. Of course, you should already know about this. And also we have floor division. Let me set it as floor, and here I should use 2 slash sign over B, and it is floor division. And let's see the result for floor division here. For floor division we have 0 because this is 3 and this is 4. If you change the variable a and b together, you can see that the floor division here is 1. Or you can try for another numbers and see what happened. But if you know mathematics, you know that what is the floor division. We also have modulus operator 2. Let me define it as mod and a percent sign, then b. This is called modulus operator. And see the result for modulus here and run. As you see, 3 modulus 4 is 3. The modulus is actually the remainder of the division 3 over 4 when we consider them as integer number. As you see, we have division here, but the result is a floating number. This division here will not consider the operands around it as integer. It consider them as float, and the result for this operator will be float 2. But if you want a remainder or the floor division of a division operation, you should use floor division for here and modulus for here. So by floor division of 3 over 4, you have 1. That is the division operation, as you see. And using modulus operation, you have 3. The remainder of the division 3 over 4. Anyway, now let's talk about assignment operators. For assignment operators, as you saw, we have assignment, addition assignment, subtraction assignment, division assignment, multiplication assignment, modulus assignment, exponentiation assignment, and floor division assignment. Let me define 2 other variables, for example, x as 10 and y as 15, for example. As you see, I already use assignment operator here, the simple assignment operator that you use to assign a value to a variable. We may use assignment operator here as well to calculate an operation and set the result value to a variable. But when we use other arithmetic operators that I mentioned here, suppose you want to say x must be x addition by y. The result of this operation must be assigned to one of the operands, as you see here. So instead of this, I can write x addition assignment by y. So this operation is the same as this operation. So if you have the same situation, you can use these arithmetic assignment operators in your program. The result of an operation should be assigned to one of the operands, like this. We have the same for the other assignment operator as well, and I will write all of them. As you see, I added other arithmetic assignment operator as well here and what they are equal to. And I want to show, for example, in the output for this one, because the result is in the variable x, I show x in the output here. And when you run, you have 25 here. For the other operations here, as you see, be careful. The value for the variable x will be changed after each operator. And for example, if I print variable x here after x minus y, I will not have -5 in the result. Why? Because the value for variable x after this operation is 25. And when I subtract the value of the variable y, that is 15, from 25, I will have 10 at the result. If you want to just work with the initial values here, just select these two lines and comment them and then run the program. Now you have -5 here. And also for the other ones, once you run with the changed value and once you run with the initial values. And let me uncomment these two lines and run. You see the result is something like this. And the value for variable x is changed after each operation. I forgot to show this in the result. See again. Now I have this. As you saw, these operators are arithmetic operators, and I will discuss about comparison operators in the next part. So if you want to learn about them, join me in the next part. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money-back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about lists in Python. What is list? List is a built-in data type in Python. In addition to numbers and text that we talked about them in the previous videos, we also have lists in Python. This kind of data type actually can store a collection of data inside itself. So if you want to store more than one item in one variable, you can use list in Python. We also have other types to store a collection of data, for example, tuple, set, dictionary, but there are a tiny difference between each of them and we will discuss about them in their part. How to create a list in Python? To define a list in Python, you should specify a name for the list variable. For example, here, seasons. And the items for the list should be placed inside the square brackets, as you see here. And each item should be separated by comma from the other item. Here, my list name is seasons, and it has 4 items of type string that are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Let's create a list together. Here in my VS Code, I define another file named lists.py, and inside this I want to define my list. For example, season, as you saw. To define a list, as I said, you need square brackets. And inside this you should define the items for your list. As I want to store seasons names inside this list, I should specify the names inside here. And because the name of the seasons are a string, I should set each item inside a double quotation like this. And as you see, this is my list. What will happen if I print this variable in the output? Let me say print and the name of my variable season and run. As you see, I have this in the output. So you can print out the list variables too. In lists, you can have duplicate item as well. Each item in the list has an index. For example, here the spring is at the index 0, summer index 1, and go on. And because of this, you can have duplicate items inside your list as well. For example, I can have 2 winter item here and it's still okay. As you see, I have 2 winter here as well. So you can have duplicate items inside list. Anyway, let me remove this duplicate item from here. You can also access to the length of the list. Length of the list defines how many items are in a list. To know about the length of the list, you should use len function or len method. For example, let me print out len. This is len function. As you see here, return the number of items in a container. And here I said season. And if I run, as you see, I have 4 items inside my season list. Inside list, you can store any type of data. As you see here, I store a string type inside my season list, but you can have other types as well. For example, a list of numbers, a list of Boolean values, and also you can have a combination of different types inside one list. For example, let me define another list here. For example, I name it chaos and define the item like this. This is my list. As you see, I have a combination of different types inside one list. And let me print out this list to print and the chaos list. And let me run. As you see, I have no error here. This is allowed in Python. You can also create a list in a set of the square brackets that we use here using list constructor. How? For example, let me define days of week, and here I use list constructor. When you want to use list constructor to define a list, you need 2 parentheses here, and inside the second parenthesis, you should define the items. For example, like this. And I also can print out these 2. And let's run. You see my list is here, the same as the other list. So in short, using list, you can define a variable that can store more than one item, more than one value inside it, and the values can be in different types. And also you can access to the length of the items, or you can access to each item separately. And one more point about lists is that lists are ordered. It means when you define a list, the items have a defined order, and this order will not change. But there are some methods that you can change the order of the items inside the list, but in general, the order of the items will not change. And also you can access each item inside the list because each item has an index. And you can change each item inside the list separately, and also you can add or remove the items from the list. If you add a new item to the list, it will be placed at the end of the list. And also you can have duplicate items inside the list as well. To know about how you can access to each item and change them and remove or add items into a list, join me in the next part. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you're not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this part, we are going to talk about tuple methods and operators in Python. We have two methods for Python that you can see here, count and index. And also we have two operators that we can use on tuple, addition and multiplication. Let's see them together. Okay, in this file, I want to use count on one of my tuples. Using count method, you can count the number of the items inside one tuple. As I said, we can have duplicate items inside one tuple. So when we use count, this method will count all the occurrences of an item inside the tuple. For example, let me define another tuple here like this, and I want to count the number 5 inside this tuple. How many number 5 I have inside this tuple? So I said here inside this, I said numbers that count. What item should it count? The value that I want to look for it inside my tuple. As I said 5, I will write 5 here, and when I run, you see the result is 2. Why? Because I have two number 5 here and here inside my tuple. We also have method index to find the position of an item inside the tuple. Using index, you can access the first occurrence of the item inside the tuple. And if there is no such item inside the tuple, it's an error. Let's see. I want to find the index of number 5 inside my tuple, and here I said numbers dot index, and inside the parentheses here I should specify the value that I'm looking for, the position of it inside this tuple. Here 5, and when I run, the position is 2. Why it's 2? Because see, the first 5 is at the index 2, 0, 1 and 2. And if I say, for example, let me duplicate this line. Here I set 1, and here 1, 2, and when I run, the index of the item 1 is 0 in number tuple. But if I say, for example, let me duplicate this line, and instead of 1 I set 10, and I run, you see I have an error. X not in tuple, and because X not in tuple, I have an error. The next topic in tuples are operators. Using addition operator, you can join two tuples together. For example, let me define names as something like this, and last names as something like this, and I want to join these two tuples together into another variable. We don't have extend method for tuples as we have for lists, to join two lists together, to join for here to join two tuples together. But instead we can use addition operator to add or to join two tuples together. For example, here I say all names, and I will say names plus last names, and if I run, because of this I got an error. Let me comment this line and again run. You see I have no error for here, but let me show the all names here like this, and I run. I have all names like this. What does multiplication do in Python? If I use multiplication operator for tuple, let me define another variable as names 2 and set it as names multiplication 2, and see this variable in the output. You see Each item inside the tuple is repeated 2 times. So when you multiply a tuple, it means repeat each item inside the tuple as the count that you specify here. For example, if I say 3, each item must be repeated 3 times. When I run, you see I have John and John and John here, and again David, David and David here. So using multiplication, we can repeat each item inside a tuple, the count that you specify here. We also have membership operator in and not in for tuple, and also we have identity operator is and is not for tuples as well, and the result for this operator is the same as the thing that we have for list. So if you want to know about these operators, please watch that video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for Beginner Level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee. Hello everyone and welcome back. Do you remember the calculator from the previous part? If I run again this calculator, let me kill the terminal and run this again. I have to enter number 1, 10, number 2, 20, and choose an option here, and the result will be shown in the output for me. Let me comment this part of this program for now. What I want to do here is that I want to give the user another option here, for example 5, to exit the calculator, to stop the running of this calculator, and I want to give the user the option that he or she can select as much as the option that he wants and see the result in the output. But when he chooses the option 5, the program will stop. In this situation, we can use while loop. So here, after this, I add another option, number 5, exit. After adding this option, if I run my program, number 1, number 2, and if I choose number 5, it says wrong option and it will exit the program because it's not in the loop. But instead, I want to put all these statements in a loop, and as long as the user select an option that I can do anything with that option, option number 1, 2, 3, and 4, the program should calculate for the user the result. But for the option 5, the program must stop. So here I use while, and I said as long as option is not equal to 5, do these statements for me. But remember, you need a block of code for your while statement here, so you need to add tab here and fix all the other lines for your program. I fixed the lines. Okay, my while loop is now like this. If I run now, number 1, number 2, and choose one option from here, you see, I have this in the output. It will never end. What happened here? Let me kill the terminal. You see, I just get one option here before the while loop, and this option will not be the same as number 5 unless for the beginning I choose 5. If I choose another option, this while loop will never end. So if I want to not this happen, after all of these statements, I should define these two lines again. So here I just copy these two lines from here and paste it here after the last else. Don't forget the indentation again. If I remove this indentation, this statement doesn't belong to the while loop, but I need it. So I use this indentation as well. Then I run. So here, number 1, number 2, I choose an option, add, let me see the result, 12, then I choose 2, you see the result. You can design the output better than I did here, so it will be more readable. Then I choose 3, the division is here, then I choose 4, the multiplication result is here. I choose number 10 that is not in the list. It says wrong option, and here now I choose 5. The program running will stop. I know we can do this program better than I did here. What if I want to show the user a message if the condition for this while is false? So the while loop will never run and the user will understand that what is happening. I can use else statement after while here. So the statement that I define here will just run only once if the condition for while loop is false. Let me set print something like this. And if I run 10, 3, and choose an option from 1 to 4, the result is here. But if I choose number 5, it says this message just once and the program will stop, or the rest of your code will run. That's all for this part. Thanks for watching and join me in the next part. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for beginner level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee. This video tutorial is a summary of the course titled Python from Zero to Hero for beginner level on the site 7x24learn.com. You can purchase this course right now with a great discount and have a lifetime access to this course and its future updates. Of course, if you are not satisfied, you can use the right for 30 days money back guarantee.